Hi there. I'm going to talk to you a little about the project that you're going to be working on throughout the class and how that's going to work. Now, in the past, when I and others have taught the statistics class, the way we've done this project is it's been based on a survey of Lincoln College students. So you get to survey your fellow students and ask them a series of questions about maybe study habits, maybe campus engagement, something about Lincoln College or their experience as a student. This summer, we don't really have a big enough class to make for a good survey. And so I've decided to take it in a little bit different direction for this summer's version of the class. And so I'm going to ask you to imagine that you are managing a fast food restaurant, not one of the big chains, but your own little independent fast food restaurant. And you want to conduct a survey of your restaurant's customers. Find out some things about them and what they like, what they think. So here are the questions that you would be asking them. You'd be surveying your customers and asking them the following questions. Which of our sandwiches is your favorite? The hamburger, the chicken sandwich, the fish sandwich, or the veggie burger? Question number 2, which way do you prefer to get your food? Dine in, that is, eat your meal inside the restaurant, go in and order and take it to go, or go through the drive-thru? About how many times during the last 2 months have you visited our restaurant? Like, did you just go there once or a dozen times, or how many times? And that last time you came to our restaurant, how much money did you spend? How much did your meal cost to the nearest whole dollar? Was it $1 to $5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, or 21 to 25? And then we have these 3 Likert scale questions where you have to rate each thing as either very good, good, fair, or poor. So we want you to answer one of those 4 choices to how you would describe the quality of our food, the speed of our service, and the friendliness of our service. So that's the survey. If this were an actual thing, you would be surveying a sample of your restaurant's customers and asking them those questions. Now, instead, you're not actually going to be surveying anybody, but we're going to kind of pretend like that's what you've done. And you're going to put all those responses in an Excel file, a spreadsheet file in the form Microsoft Excel. And we're going to be doing various analyses and things with it over the course of the next few weeks. So here online on Canvas, you can see, for one thing, the sheet that I was just showing you with the survey questions, along with the instructions for what I want you to do with it on this first step or phase of the project. And so what I'll want you to do, if you look at what the instructions tell you to do, is scroll down to the bottom of this main page of Canvas. You'll find a section labeled Your Spreadsheet File for the Project. So find the one for your name. My name is Test Student, so I'm going to click on that. And then click again where it says Download Spreadsheet. And that's going to let you download it to your own computer. Now, if you're not sure where it's downloading it, you can also right-click and click on Save Link As. And then a little box will come up. And you can change the directory or tell it exactly where on your computer you want to save it. But make sure you know where you're saving that file. So save it somewhere, and then once you've got it saved, open it. At least in Google Chrome, you can just, when you save a file, you can just go down here to this bar at the bottom and click on it, and it should open up. So it should open up in Microsoft Excel. That's assuming you have Excel installed on your computer. If you don't, you can get it, and there are instructions for how to do that posted on Canvas. So on the main page of Canvas, like right here at the top, this is a document that I copied from, what was on my links from the IT department, how to download the Microsoft Office suite, which includes Excel, to your own personal computer. Anyway, once you've opened it in Excel, you might have to click on Enable Editing. But you're going to see something that looks something like this. So notice how it's arranged. In this first column, you have the responses to question 1 about what people's favorite sandwich is. And in the next column over, you have answers to question 2 about whether people dine in or take their food to go or get it in the drive-thru. And these top 5 lines are blank. So that is to give you some practice in actually entering some data. So you have to make up survey responses to 5 customers. I've given you a bunch of others, but there are 5 here for you to fill in. So like you'll have to put in 5 responses to this favorite sandwich question, and it's up to you. You can just pick 5 responses at random. If you want, you can make everybody say hamburger. So just fill in all 5 boxes with hamburger. Or you can make them all different. Or if you want to, you can even make up a new kind of sandwich and put that in. That'll make what's coming up next a little more complicated, but not a whole lot. So if you want to include a new kind of sandwich among the responses, you could. But if you want to keep things simple, just stick to filling in one of these 4 choices from the survey in each of these 5 boxes. And you can type them in yourself if you're careful to spell them correctly. If they're not spelled the same way or formatted the same way as the ones I've already got entered here, that's going to mess you up later on. So the easiest thing to do is, like if you want this to say hamburger, we can just copy and paste from another cell where it already says hamburger. So go down to where it says hamburger, click on copy, then go up to the blank space, click on paste, and there it is. Then if you decided the next person likes the chicken sandwich, you can copy that. Whoops. Copy that. And then go back up here and paste it. We can paste it here again. Maybe you decide chicken sandwich is really popular. Those 3 people like it. And then your 5th person likes the veggie burger. And similarly, in the next column, you're going to have to put in 5 answers to the question about how people like to get their food, like from the drive-thru, or do they like to dine in, or whatever. Again, the safest way to do that is by copying and pasting, because that way you know you're getting it formatted exactly the same way as it is below. For number of visits, you can just type in the numbers. This person just came once in the last 2 months. This person went there 10 times, twice, once, 3 times. You can just make up numbers that seem reasonable. For amount of money spent, it has to be one of those 5 choices, either $1 to $5 or 6 to 10 or 21 to 25, or one of those ranges of numbers. And then you need answers to the 3 Likert scale questions. So each of these boxes should say either very good, good, fair, or poor. Now, once you've got those all copied in there, you will need to save your work. So go up here and click on the save icon. If you want to save it in a different place or with a different file name, you can click on File and Save As. But we're always going to be working with the same file. So if you just keep saving that same file each time you do a little more work on it, that'll be fine. Just make sure you remember where you saved it. And if you made sure you saved your work, you can exit out of there. And now we just need to submit the file. So you have to know how to upload that. So back on the home page of Canvas, if you go to this assignment to upload the Excel spreadsheet. You can also see that under the to-do list. And that's going to be due next Friday. But to submit it, just click on Submit Assignment. And you might have to scroll down a little and under File Upload here, choose a file. So I clicked on the Choose File button. And then a big box opens, and if it's not pointing to the directory where you saved your file, you might have to change that. But find the file that you saved. Click on that, click Open. It'll be right there. And then just click on Submit Assignment. And it says Submitted. Now, if you submitted the wrong thing and you need to go back and resubmit, you can do that. If you ever lose the copy that you have on your own computer, you can download what you submitted right here. So right here, if you click on this, you can download your submission and save it again. But other than that, that's it for the first thing you have to do for the project. That's to make sure you know that you have Excel up and running on your computer, you know how to open a file, enter some data, save it, and submit it through Canvas. If you're still not sure how to do any of that, or if any of it isn't working for you, ask me for help, but I hope that's all pretty easy and straightforward. So you've got quite a bit of time to do that. It shouldn't take you very long if you don't run into any trouble, but that is due next Friday.